Okay, from Kuching, Sarawak, the Research Institute, Scientific Research, welcome to this particular seminar entitled Consociation Democracy, Sarawak Case, as well as a framework of political analysis. Now let's go straight to the definition of consociation. Now what is Sarawak Consociation Democracy in particular? Can we look at the slide and we're going to enjoy some of the latest findings and some of the things that we may be doubtful about. But let me start off by telling you, consociation is not a new idea. Worldwide, it's not a new idea. But in Sarawak, even in West Malaysia, many people first time heard about consociation. So we want you to understand that consociation is not new worldwide. It is argued that the whole world is under this consociation democracy. This is a brief intro, but we would like you to know that even United Nations has to a certain degree practiced consociation democracy. You see the veto under the Security Council, and you see that there are different countries, nearly 200 countries are helping to make this possible, consociation democracy. Alright, so that is number one. In European, it is also argued to be a consociation democracy practiced. Now with Brexit coming up, so you can see the dynamics of consociation democracy, how does it work under this framework. In Malaysia, for example, we have hardly talked about it, but yet, according to this guy, Muhammad Agus, in the 1990s, early 1990s, he has done his PhD, his work in UK, and is argued to be extremely consociational. He also said that in 1969, for example, 1969, there was what we call racial riot. Agus argued that we are less consociational. Okay, so these are some of the breakdown. James Chin, of course, done a lot about democracy, but he didn't use this theoretical framework. Let's be clear about this thing. Let's be clear. There's a camera. Let's be clear that the whole thing is democracy. How does it function? How should it be function properly and so on? So it is a very serious topic, and we are trying to give you a theoretical framework for us to argue, to understand deep and also wide. And then we always talk about theory and practice. I've been talking to some of the politicians, local ones. They said we are more or less gut feel things they move. But they have a lot of experience. But as you can see that we are chaotic in any sense because a lot of flux, because we do not have a framework. We do not have a theory to guide us. I am not saying that theory is perfect. The theory itself is dynamic. So consociation democracy is a dynamic issue. There is weakness, there is strength, but nevertheless there is a framework, a tool for us to measure, to think carefully, to think clearly as how to run a democracy and see how democracy will advance in a good way. As I said, the world itself and United Nations can arguably be a consociation. We also can argue that European is consociation. ASEAN itself also can be argued as consociation. Malaysian politics, for example, you can see UMNO and us can be argued to what extent consociation democracy is practiced. And likewise for PBB in Sarawak, we can argue whether the extent of consociation democracy is practiced. So all this is actually nothing new, but yet it's new for us, I suppose. If you have have seen it somewhere or heard it somewhere, now it's easy. So please contribute and enjoy it. Okay, so the first slide here, one to understand is meant for political analysis. Consociation democracy, I just centered on that. not so much on what you call economics and social, but it is related. This guy is the founder. You can say he is the big theorist behind it. Professor Aaron Lipshart is a Dutchman, and he's still alive. He is not just a theorist. He is also a practical man. He goes to Netherlands and some of the countries to help them to practice this and to analyze it and to improve the whole system of consociation democracy. Okay, this is a man. So I'm nothing to claim about consociation democracy. It's this man. And of course, his followers. I'm one of them. Alright, so now you can see the second thing. I'm going to give you straight direct. Consociation democracy, according to my research, has 5 elements that you must take note of. If you can see those 5 things and appreciate those 5 things, 5 elements, 5 components, you begin to see that it is neither complex nor simple. Neither complex nor simple in politics, but nevertheless you can use this as a tool, as a theory, as a framework to understand. Heterogeneity is number 1. Number 1. I'm not ruling out homogeneity. Homogeneity more or less is like centralized control. Okay, I just quickly give you an example. You see, in Malay states, for example, in police, Sultan is more or less homogeneity captain. He will be centralized, he has all the power. On the other hand, in Sarawak, if you don't have a Sultan. So we are also heterogeneous, meaning that we have a diversity. So this is one of the, this applies very well in consociation politics, consociation democracy. And so that's why with Sarawak we want to look at this in particular. The whole world actually also pays attention. So the first element, the basic principle is heterogeneity. Second thing is coalition. We are very familiar with. Okay, the whole world is coalition. Okay, even now American is try to form alliance with other countries to fight ISIS. All this is taken for granted, but yet it is a theory, something that we can advance further and understand further and see the importance, the position of this in our society. Okay? Veto. Veto, as you know, UN has a veto power for the Security Council. How about European? Brussels can veto. UK, for example, Brexit, they have little say in Brussels, although they have been an empire before. So one reason they want to went out of the European Union, they have done it, is actually they lost the veto power. They actually have to listen to others. You know? So that's why. How about Malaysia? You have a veto. That's our young people has a veto. Now, what does it mean by veto? So, according to our friend Ray. Now, next thing is the principle is called proportionality. Okay, this one is can be operational in nature. In other words, we design it that way. Unlike the homogeneity, which cannot be properly designed, can be designed, but sometimes it's just like that. Malaysia, for example, is multiracial, multi-ethnic. But certain states cannot be designed. There are police, almost 90%, Kelantan, more than 90% are Malays. So that cannot be designed. Same all the Chinese day, cannot, it's a bit out of my imagination. So proportionality can be designed, it's operational in most of the cases. So that marks it up from heterogeneity. So I would personally call this one as an operational component of the definition of consociation democracy. The next one is autonomy. This word is beautiful. You all know it. Okay? Autonomy is another fundamental component, fundamental principle of consociation democracy. So if you want to understand consolidation, you understand about all these 5, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Let me recap. Let me recap quickly because it's just so important. Heterogeneity is the basis. I have a chart I put into the hierarchy for your understanding later on. So heterogeneity 1, 2 is collision. Collision is very important. No collision, no consociation. And then veto. Okay, veto. Alright? And then we have proportionality. Then we have autonomy. Alright? So now consociation, so autonomy is one of it, but I'm not going to go for it. Okay. Now I want to make it very simple for us so that we have more time for discussion. So I know that you have some of the papers, then you can take a look at it, especially the research questions and the hypothesis. I'm not going into that because I thought maybe we go something more interesting. Okay, now this, we look at the whole world, the definition. Now we look at a bit about Sarawak. Okay, this is the issue also. I just want you to know that can the theory of consociation and the principles, elements, essentials of consociational democracy be utilized? Is it the word utilized? Is used as an analytical tool? Can or cannot? By the end of this, you should be able to share with each other from your experience. Can or cannot? If it's can, share it and propagate it and promote it in your own ways. Okay? Right. Now the other issue is, Sarawak gone through a lot of political changes. Even more so the whole world. But Sarawak also, relatively there are less, but there are still political changes. Okay? So you can see one of the key things that I want to highlight is PBB. PBB now is already just marginally become majority party already. That make an impact impinge upon the whole structure of what we are called consociation democracy in Sarawak. So you can contribute to that understanding and try to give your input to make it interesting. Now conclusion, I just give you a snapshot of whole seminar. The extent of consociation is the thing that we are thinking about. Hello? And then the coalition, okay, government, does it already practicing this in initial full consociation? I just want to give you some idea of this. For example, you can see that consociation have different degrees of it. One is, we can say full, one and then is partial. Then the other consociation you can say no consociation at all, or unconsociational. And then most likely you see that according to Aaron, the theories, we fall into the category of quasi. Quasi means alternative. It's not even pseudo. Pseudo is false. It's quasi means that there is some changes, some modification according to different contexts. So we are more or less, I personally feel that we are in a quasi situation. Quasi. It's a good word, please don't misunderstand. It's a quasi, in other words, it's still important, but maybe you use one. Quasi. Yes, quasi. QUASI. Alright, down there. Okay. Now we go to the next thing. Now can you try to look at some of the literature now? Can you go through your particular handout? I do have it. I don't think I want to show it to you. Just briefly, you can see that we have some. I write one on a very preliminary. I would say there are a lot more to refine and add on. I have to make it very as simple as possible. So if you see the abstract there, Lichard, that is Aaron, distinguished in the 1960s. There are 4 characteristics. I'm giving you 5. He has 4 on me. Why? Maybe as you go on, you will understand. 4 characteristics, there should be present to qualify for the label of consociationism. Okay, as I said just now, this guy, Muhammad Agus Yusuf, in the early 1990s, in his thesis in UK, he has already done this. So it's really nothing new. It's just that it's not promoted, it's not understood, and then I think Sarawak now we have the institute. We want to go further to understand his thought, which is derived from Aaron. It's not him. So now, first there must be a government by coalition, okay, as well as a second element of segmental autonomy, all right, such as federal arrangement that allow for autonomy in policy fields. Third, proportional must prevail in the electoral system, but also about governmental appointments and the allocation of funds. Sound familiar to us, right? Finally, consolidation also foresees a veto for the protection of vital minority interests. Okay, the minority doesn't mean just our opponent friends, but it means that the small little party, they are the minorities. I don't know, maybe SPDP is a bit small. SUPP is considered number 3 now, right? PPP followed by PDS. Yes. So nevertheless, we are the same family. It is thus easily argued that Malaysia and Sarawak are in this category, okay, and can be labeled as practitioners in consociation overseas, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously. That's why I hope we can pin the whole issue down and let our leaders know the institute will have to do this part. This paper advances the significance of having a theoretical framework. Okay, then this is the big difference from being an institute and a practitioner in the governmental level. They don't have time to do research. They have no time, but they do appreciate what the institute is doing or researchers are doing. Okay, so that they will say with certainty and certain confidence, not just I was talking to one friend. He said that the political what is it this person, political guy. Well, these people who hold a post, he just politics, he just do his work and then left, and that's it. Okay? So I think they need to understand it is important as a coalition, as a autonomous, as a family, as a to play their part effectively. Okay, so now we go now to the next one. Yeah. This paper advances the significance of having a theoretical framework for analysis of politics in light of the persistent and pertinent issue of our autonomy. So I just singled that out because I thought maybe it will be more relevant in the concept of heterogeneity as well. So I add in heterogeneity, generality. Sarawak is poised to be a fertile ground for the test of the possibility of the theory of association. I argue that way because I know Sarawak is a multiracial. There is no single majority, alright, and there is no single party controls everything. But lately, under Adilan Setan, we have PBB who has crossed that line. So let's see how it can be. Are we less consociation or not? According to Muhammad Agus, after the racial riot, 1969, when UMNO took over everything, the hegemony, the dominance of UMNO, we are less consociational. That's not my conclusion. Now, can we make a similar conclusion? That's our contribution. So that we caution each other. We will not do that, we will be in trouble in the future. Or can we learn from the United Nations? I just spoiling it. Can we follow the United Nations where there is this Security Council who acts as a veto? Can our, how many parties now? 6 parties, right? 6 coalition party, component party in Sarawak, right? Veto among themselves. Or can we absorb the opposition party and work together to veto each other so that we will be for the people's sake. We veto for the people, not veto for our own interest today. If the people once did that way, somebody can veto it and then we can advance further. Okay? I'm saying that this is controversial because some people say yes, some people say no, I understand that. But we must explore the possibility. If somebody take over everything, then the race become just not even kingmaker, just a friend, and then will be labeled as cryptocurrency or whatever you call it. So are we going to go to that situation now? So I work as a photographer because we have a beautiful set up in terms of ethnic groups. There's no single party that has it as a majority. Okay, I don't know how to reverse it. It's quite sad. I need somebody can help me with some. Next slide. Can you help me to reverse the whole thing? Or should I close this one here? Okay, thank you. This is the one. Can you get no come? The research assistant to come in. Next slide to PowerPoint. So let's remember. We're going to more detail now. Okay, more detail now. Again, we'll start studying. Just bear with me, because of this one. All right, you have the papers, so you have the notes with you also. So just bear with me that I'm not so safety on this. So you have the notes. This is not a. But I hope the notes are clear to you guys. I'm not going to show this one actually. I want to show something that's down there. I should go here. Okay. Let's look at this one. Yeah, this is a nice one. Yes. So I want to show you. Now I personally put this one and said, please, you have the notes there. Pay special attention to this one. This one will actually give you a very concise understanding and conception of what consociation is all about. So I put it in hierarchical form. You can see that consociation is the basis of everything. If you don't understand consociation, you are out of the picture, out of this hierarchy, out of this. Okay, so it's so important. But how many politicians today know this? That's what I know. They practice it, they don't know it. So they are. You don't say that hard back, but it's a pity. If they know it, they will appreciate it even more, they understand it more. Then you have the second level is heterogeneity. Okay? How to realize this heterogeneity versus homogeneity. There is nothing wrong about homogeneity. Some are already there, but you still have to make sure that heterogeneity is appreciated. And it's a very fundamental understanding. Then you have the autonomy, the third level. Autonomy, as you know, how autonomy is very famous. Some of them don't appreciate MA63, I'm sorry. So then there is this chaos in understanding. Because basic understanding is not there. Then we may be cheated, we may be hijacked, we may be run over by the certain ideas, certain concepts. For example, tax reform, cabotage, all that. Part of it, but because we don't understand autonomy, I'm not saying the Sarawak only, the whole Malaysia, including the federal. If they can understand it, it's another story. If they can understand, another story. So there must be a common understanding as to autonomy. Okay. Now the fourth level is proportionality. This is more operational already. Operational in other words, you have to work on it. You have to work. You cannot rely on this principle and assuming that it is there. So everything that we do, politically in particular, if you want to practice consociation democracy, you have to make sure everything is proportional to the people, to the resources, to even the land, and so on and so on. Okay? For example, Sarawak, we are big. We need to be proportionally distributed with wealth. Okay? Now, the population of Sarawak may be not big, 2.6 million, I think. Proportionally, are we represented in the Malaysian Parliament? That kind of thing. And then you may say that maybe in terms of certain criteria. So now, let me put it in there. Proportionally doesn't mean the same, one share each. So there are other criteria that should be taken into. So proportionality is another. It's an operational. You need to work on it and understood it well. Then you can analyze it. Okay. So far you need to understand it, and you have to understand heterogeneity, the importance of it, and then you have to understand autonomy, understand it well to analyze politics and Malaysian experience as well. Then we have proportionality, how much has been done, to what extent it has been practiced here, you see that? And then coalition. Now, we have many coalitions which are changing also, right? We have Pakatan versus our Barisan Nasional. We have in the Kuching here, we also have it. But coalition is a concept, it's dynamic also. We can change, and then we have the independent candidate, and we have people who come out of nowhere. They slowly try to get coalition as well, or join another coalition. So is that okay? You can look at UK. Now the big thing about UK is that there is no. Now the DUP was invited by the Conservative Party to form a majority government. If not Jeremy Corbyn, we have to form a minority. So these dynamics are all, the Queen had to understand it, but the Queen had already legitimized Theresa May to be the majority government. But they have to work up. DUP and Conservative are totally different party. One say independent, one say no. But they have to work together again, share as much as possible the same value. So coalition is actually extremely fragile flux and importance in consociation democracy. Lastly, veto. It sounds like it is a bad word. Some people don't like veto at all. But veto is a key eventually to stability. If you don't appreciate, let me share with you. For example, the Queen in UK, he has a veto, almost everything. Alright? He said, my government say this, my MP do this, my opposition do this, my country do this. So it's all about him, her, saying things that you better listen to it and do it. Alright? And then for same thing, our young people has certain veto power. It may be quite subtle, but last minute you come in. We never know what MDB you come in or not. When we came in, it's totally changed. But that veto is important. In Security Council, Russia is in the veto, right? So when Russia said no, no. So there is certain degree of stability in politics, in international relations. But if there's no veto, you can see everybody is doing his own way and everything is chaotic. So let's look at the positive side, but also look at caution ourselves about the negative aspect of it. I do realize that some people can misuse the power of veto. Now, In Sarawak, for example, you look at now Abangjo, PBB has the final say everything already. In terms of ministerial post, for example, he has the prerogative, or CM has the prerogative. He has the pasar veto, he has the veto power. So nobody can say against it. So you can see that if veto doesn't fall on coalition, healthy coalition, and proportionality as a basis, as well as autonomy, understanding autonomy, Sarawak in Malaysia, as well as given division under Sarawak as a whole. Heteronomy, you do not respect that, and you don't understand this thing, the veto power is extremely dangerous. Okay, so it falls into one framework of our understanding and appreciation of good politics and good governance. Okay, quickly now, Chinese, you see Sarawak now, not many, you see Malay and now 27.5%. These voters only, we look at voters who have the power to do it. And then we look at IBAN, no single majority. There is a coalition, autonomy, everything can be really powerful, useful analysis. And that's why I said Sarawak is a fertile ground. But it's not in Belize, it's not in Isabela or that. But Sarawak, Sabah can possibly use this appreciated more. And in other words, I'm saying that we can practice full consociation. Full and powerful consociation according to the terrain and also my understanding. But for the places quite different, they may not be able to practice it. They only have happy with quasi consociation of politics. Okay? Alright, now this one is the third, what is this all about? This is all about diverse population of Sarawak. Yeah? So you can see Ibai also cannot have the majority. Yeah? But in Kapit, for example, it's almost 90% are Kapit, more than 90%. Maybe not so, I'm not sure now. 90% are Ibai. So you can see just division Kapit itself, consociation politics cannot be really practiced fully. It may be quasi. In other words, I put it this way, James Masin is like Sultan there. In other words, he is the veto, pasar veto. He has everything there. He's like Sultan, he can control Kapit. In that sense. But you look at the bigger picture coalition of opposition as well as, if you got opposition there, you are not really practicing properly full consociation. And the politics consociation there can be dangerous. It's under Singh. Although I respect Singh, but under the concept is really important. You need to balance, you need to take into account of everybody. Okay? Overall picture. Okay, now we look at the next view before I go for Q&A. Now this one is telling you the Sarawak by race. I don't like the word race, so I have to need sorry because when you talk about race, the racial already. So anyway, this is not mine. I just cut and paste from somewhere. Where is this now? This Bumi Putra. The whole issue after this after the issue of communal politics, Goh Cheng Tek is the scholar of this, Harvard professor, Harvard graduate. So Goh Cheng Tek spelled out very clearly about the danger of UMNO that side. Even under 1990, including Lim Keng Kek, okay, about the danger of UMNO being there. Today you can see, but you can also see that if people are our Malaysian politics quasi-consociational, you can see that there is this the internal split, internal squabble. Internal squabbles is another dynamic of consociation because within the homogeneous society of Malay, they need to be power sharing, distribution of wealth, and so on and so on. If they don't do that, they will split. They will also have instability. We don't want instability because the economic progress and social progress will be hindered. That is the whole idea of having political stability. All right. If we quarrel, whether opposition with the one, then the people will suffer. You quarrel, and then there's no progress, right? There's no progress. This one. And then at the end, we are not happy, and we are not. Government is for people, right? It's not for the politician. All right. So we got to be clear about that. Now, next, look at this one again. You can see non-Bumi Putra, in M2U now itself, you can see that there's no majority also. You can see this word. Iban is the majority. So you can see that you want to be a kingmaker, you want to be a winner there, you still have to rely on non-Malaysian citizen or not. My goodness, I also don't know. Chinese is there, Melanau is there. But nevertheless, there are some constituencies. You have a lot of Iban. Then the consultation politics overall is not there. So all these, you can see the complexity. But yet, if you rely on the 5 elements as a framework of understanding, you should be able to be very clear. I'm not trying myself to be very clear, but honestly, I can understand. I can predict better what's going on. I can tell you next, the predictability is based on the theory. If the theory is good, it's a good tool, you can actually know what's the next thing going to happen. So sometimes I text my friend nowadays, some of the YB, they text me, I say, this will happen, and it happens. So it shows that predictability is higher, it may not 100%, but the height is high. For example, our tourism one, I said you better don't talk about it long before that, because Parliament has passed the law. What has Sarawak-Kian parliamentarian, and I even go further as to say the senator, what are they doing, and so on, and what are the cabinet doing? Long before it was published, it was there already, but I already text some of the YB that they are asking me, So I tell them that it happens, so you better quieten down, because you are actually have a shot on your own toes, and in the end you blame yourself. For the whole issue of MA is probably something, because you're going to see more power, because actually you will backshot yourself in a way, because for example, you're going to have no money. Once you have no money, you can fight what I don't know how. So what is going to quarrel and raise the block if you are not careful about it. So consortiation, let them learn it, let them appreciate it, then we will have a better Malaysia. Not just Sarawak having a good time understands our economy. They can understand. They understand police autonomy. How about that? Kelantan autonomy. Terrible. Have you been Kelantan and police? They are much less developed than us. Don't talk about Selangor. Selangor is a lot of private enterprises there. They have to pay the toll and tax. Terrible. My son was there. They have to travel and pay. Sarawak, if you're going to do that, you're going to pay. No money to pay. Okay, so the idea is that we need to learn and appreciate the whole idea together. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit on the Sarawak state election, but I think just to be highlighted, you can see that Malaysian National and versus the opposition, they are already biased at that percent. We don't have a strong opposition. Well or not well, another story. Of course, if you are on this side, you are happy. If you are on this side, you are not happy. But for example, in Penang, the reverse is the other side. You see? So now, whatever it is, can we agree? Can we try to understand under consortiation democracy? We need both. Both to be proper. If they're not proper, they fall into lousy category less because the people don't want them. Okay. But play a clean game, clean consortiation democracy, as full as possible, not as quasi as possible, or as non-consortiation as possible. Yeah. So if you play that, it won't last long. The people will know. The people will know. If you play dirty politics, whether this side or that side of the aisle, you will sooner or later get it. Okay. So we must be less corrupted. We must. Maybe no corruption. I don't know how possible it is, but in Singapore, it's almost no corruption. Fall short of Lee Hsien Loong private affair that's one beyond my. Well, that was private. Now he's going to 3rd of July. He's going to make a full hearing in Parliament for all the MPs from both sides to shoot him. You can shoot me down. Let me do it. So it's very transparent in Singapore. Now, Sarawak State election, success rate, you can see also that there is a lot of party there. Now, a lot of party, are they consociational? That's a question that we want to ask. Sam or this one, are they coalition, real coalition? Or just for, they said marriage by marriage for the purpose of, I don't know, I'm sorry, ladies, marriage for what? For money sake or what, I don't know. But you see, they can coalition in a very lousy way. So the BN, I think our BN one, at least there is some principle. Like UPP, recently UPP was, although...
How can it be 100% success rate?
There's this, just success rate, there is 100% in that sense.
UPP is not.
Where is UPP? So yeah, okay, later on. The UPP problem is this, UPP is not in the BN, but Sarawak has another formula, BN plus. So those are things that I consider as factored in as quasi-consolidation. But it's almost impossible to have full consolidation. Netherlands, I didn't see, you see from the papers, Netherlands practice full. Some of the Scandinavian countries practice full consolidation. They really appreciate, they're making a law to be consolidation. If you don't have heterogeneity, you are illegal. If you don't have autonomy, you're illegal. Anything that you are not doing it according to consolidation, illegal. So we need a constitutional reform in the sense, we need a legal reforms on politics, political reforms. I'm advising this for them to hear it and see it. So we need a lot of these changes, understanding, appreciation. Okay, now we finish off with this to be neutral. Look at UK. Okay, this is almost the end. UK, end of the seminar. After that we have a Q&A, chit chat about the importance of consolidation. They will see, right? Now you look at this one. There's a hung parliament, not really. You can see that Theresa May's group, pro-Brexit, 318 only. So it's lose a lot of his majority. It used to be 3-8 something, a bit further, cross the majority line. But he has lost it. So he has lost some legitimacy. So he has to ally with somebody. He ally with DUP, which is not here. Sorry, it's in the other here. It's only 10 to make up 328, 328, and then to be able to form a majority government. But these are dynamic. Now, Jeremy under Labour has increased his seat, 201. Last time it's only 100 plus. And then the other thing is that in Scotland, here, they used to talk about devolved government. They used to talk about independence. They want the second referendum of independence. This time round, let's look at this one. Labour Party took over their hinterland. So this guy, student, has lost his idea of being independent. So actually, well before that, people know that Scotland don't want independence. But it's Sturgeon, the Scottish Democratic Party, who keep on hoo-ha and say that they want independence. Now this election shows that actually Scotland people don't want independence from UK. Okay, so you can see from here that peoples are represented coalition. Last time they had this Sturgeon's group had Labour's group here. So Labour was taken over last election, but now Labour come back and now balance the whole thing now. Okay, so you can see UK is extremely good example. Westminster, the style, it's really good for us to appreciate it. And then after all, we are also used to under this kind of administration. So okay, now let's the last one. Last one. Is it the last one already? The last one already. Okay. Thank you very much. So this is the whole thing. Let me summarize it. Let me summarize it quickly. I just want to summarize it quickly to you. Theoretically, it is extremely useful. As far as I'm concerned, And most of us don't think that when we just stay straight like that, feel God, I'm good at this. I wouldn't call it kopitiam, but it is because of our sentiment over there. But so with this theory, consociationalism or constitutional theory, you can understand further. And with this constitution, the 5 elements is in place. So what can be a model, I can tell you. So the theory is extremely rich, very good. You just have to Google and find more. But the basic understanding is there. Once the basic understanding, you can appreciate more. Most of them, if I talk about heterogeneity, autonomy, they see in the other way. Oh, Sarawak or Sarawakian. If you ask me Sarawakian, I don't really like the idea. If you are always Malaysian, from Sabah, you don't really like the idea. For example, you from police, you don't appreciate. We are already a family, like it or not. We have to see that Malaysia for Malaysian, or Sarawak for Malaysian, or Malaysian for Sarawak. Either way, we must see the big family. Otherwise, we'll be parochial, we'll be narrow. I'm not saying that it's wrong. Under consociational, you have a bigger picture. Even Malaysia in ASEAN is a family. ASEAN in Asia Pacific is another country. Asian under the whole world is another community. Under United Nations is a community. We have to appreciate that we are not alone. Sarawak for Sarawakian, Kuching for Kuching. My goodness, one day we say that Boons for Boons. I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay. All right. So secondly, in my conclusion is theoretic practical sense. I think practical sense. I hope you can appreciate, but we appreciate even more. I can understand that some of you have some idea as to see to the other side of the coin. I'm trying to tell you promote it, of course, but I also caution that certain limitations, certain weaknesses in practical sense. So actually, I want to tell you one of the good things is that in the paper I mentioned it, is the whole thing about elite. I put in the paper, I didn't put here. The question of elites, the people who are chosen to be leaders, they must be good. Practical sense. If they are lousy, you're going to see everything chaotic eventually. So if you have good leaders, educated leaders, and I won't say wealthy, not too poor, too poor they can't do anything. So there must be elites. Elites, in other words, they are trained. For example, they know politics, when not necessarily university level, but they do appreciate, they go for courses, they do understand, and they appreciate each other and so on. That practically, so the training of elites is extremely important. Extremely important. If you have some people who put in the wrong place, in practical sense, don't say talk about the theory, everything will be chaotic. But I'm saying that in practical sense, this theory talk about elites. This theory mention about elites. These people recognize elites. I personally, if you ask me, I recognize elites. Those that talent should hold the post. Those who are not talent, please stay up. Even your voter, you should have the elite mentality. In other words, you recognize the leader is good. Like Lee Hsien Loong is good, for example, or Mao Zedong is good. I'm not sure. Up to you. Well, it's nowadays it's up to you. And now Donald Trump, you're not feeling good about it. Some people say it's good. Now they put solar power upon the Mexican war, which is my idea. I think it's good. So he has a lot of ideas. What do you have? You only pro-abortion. Sorry, I don't want to take sides now. But you have something better, good. That is called elitism. But if you don't have, sorry, please stay back. So the people have that mentality to choose in practical sense. So I think the theory can tell us a lot. Whatever is inside the substance of the association policy is there, and it's for us to appreciate, and for the country and Sarawakian in particular to appreciate it and to practice it and to analyze it, and still use this as a theory to analyze it. Okay? Thank you very much from the Institute. Good. Thank you. All right. So somebody help me to moderate? Maybe. Baron, can you help me to moderate? Oh, yeah, let me do it now. So this is a Q&A. We'd like you to open up questions. Try to keep your questions concise, and then I will answer, or anybody can answer. So just keep it short, because if you're too long, others have no chance.